Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Tia.
And I'm Ebony.
And this is Reacting to the Internet. Alright guys, we know why we're here. You know why you're here. You saw the title, you clicked on the video. Let's go ahead and get into it. Today we're going to be reacting to Impressive TV. Did Tyler Perry seduce Christian Keys? Johnathan Majors guilty verdict. Will Megan leave him? What do you think? You think Megan gonna leave him?
No.
No?
She needs to be in the limelight for something. She probably won't stick around.
Think so?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what do you guys think? You think Megan gonna leave my man Johnathan? Because, you know, he came back with that guilty verdict. So, we'll get into it. Anyways, let's get into this video.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Impressive channel. The actor Christian Keys has gotten a lot of reactions after he dropped a bombshell that he was harassed by two powerful billionaires and he was groped by a female actress. And a lot of people were suspecting that one of the billionaires who harassed him was Tyler Perry. Christian has worked with Tyler and currently his show All the Queen's Men is under Tyler Perry Studios, but Christian liked an interesting tweet that is now making people believe that it might not be Tyler Perry. And I'm going to show y'all the tweet, but before I do, I first want to thank Morgan & Morgan for sponsoring this video. A whole video about Christian calling out the creeps in Hollywood, and I did a comprehensive breakdown of the video. He talked about how this one billionaire who he considered his mentor offered him $100,000 to strip, and he claimed that the same guy tried to push up on him while he was drunk, and he even grabbed his private area twice against his will.
Let's
and he was very.
So if you guys can't tell, yes, the original video is sped up. That's just kind of how I watch the videos, right? The link to the video is in the description if you want to go watch it for yourself at regular speed. Don't come for us.
Okay.
So obviously Tyler Perry is not the only black billionaire in the world. Now, I did watch her original video and the breakdown that she was going through with Christian Keys, and how he was, you know, going over these scenarios. I have a couple of things to say. The first is, did I think Tyler Perry did this? Yes. But I also have other questions, like, if he did do this, why is your show under his network? Why were there multiple chances for him to harass you? And, like, I get it, right? The first time you may be like, yo, maybe it won't happen again. So I get why the second thing happened. But why are you continuing to be in this guy's presence if you don't have to be? Like, I know a lot of people cannot get away from their abusers, and that's a separate issue. But for his thing, if it is Tyler Perry, why are you continuing to be around Tyler Perry? And then
get that check, and maybe Tyler Perry abusing power.
Think so? I mean, I can see that.
I don't really think. I don't know. It's just he leaving too many gaps. Like you said, it's a lot of billionaires in Hollywood.
But how many black billionaires though? Black men billionaires.
He's just being too vague, to be honest, for me.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think this instance is Tyler Perry, but do I think Tyler Perry is capable of doing something like this? Yes. Would it surprise me if it did come out to be Tyler Perry? No. The only other person I can think of is that he did mention someone who funds multiple HBCUs in his original, like, breakdown. And it's only one other billionaire who does that. So
who?
That's a little suspicious. I think we'll get into it later. But yeah, so that's a little suspicious. So it's like one or the other. And who was this female who groped him on set? Like, y'all nasty. Keep your hands to yourself. Let's get back into it.
Distraught about it because he wanted to knock him out, but he had to restrain himself because he was working with this person, and also this person is very powerful, so he knew that if he did try to do something, he probably would get blackballed. And Christian dropped a lot of hints. He said that this person has a very recognizable voice. He also says he has recordings of this person making inappropriate comments towards him, and he also has recordings of this person admitting to having male actors on his payroll to give him some freak off sessions, allegedly. So basically this person was abusing his power, and Christian didn't say who it was, but a lot of people assumed that it might be Tyler Perry. Now, Christian did like like an interesting tweet that kind of led some people to believe that, okay, maybe he wasn't talking about Tyler. This tweet said, watching Christian Keys and I could tell he's clearly a victim. Only $3,000 to his name and violated by a gay billionaire. And no, I don't believe it was TP, Tyler Perry. I wish Christian would have taken action. That man will still have his money and good name, and Christian will remain broken. So this is what Christian liked. And obviously, when people see somebody like a tweet, they automatically believe that they're in agreement with everything the poster says. And this post said, and no, I don't think it's TP. So maybe it's not TP. But even if it was, Christian Keys is not going to mention Tyler Perry by name because he actually still has business dealings with him. He has a show called All the Queen's Men that is under Tyler Perry's studio.
All
so
the Queen's
Christian is not going to
Men?
say it's
Let's
Tyler,
pause.
even if we believe it.
All
What?
the Queen's Men. Yeah. I got other questions,
The
guys.
name of the show?
Yeah, I think it's a good name.
Hmm.
All the Queen's Men. I think it's a good title. I got other questions, guys. I got more questions. Obviously, I'm not one for the guessing game. I'm not one for leaving out details. If you're going to say something, if you're going to spill the tea, and I get it takes a lot of people a lot of time to get to that point to where they can actually talk about what happened to them. Obviously, he's at that point. Why are you not naming names? The only reason why I'm thinking you're not naming names is because you are still in dealings with this guy, and the only other black billionaire who you would probably be in dealings with would be Tyler Perry.
But it don't make sense because why would he do that? He gonna mess up his money.
Maybe the show's coming to an end. Maybe the contract's up.
This is a dumb move if that is the case. Personally, so that just don't make sense. But people in Hollywood do some weird stuff.
They do. I really do feel they do. Like, if you're gonna drop a bombshell, if you're gonna talk about it, then talk about it. Like,
Is he trying to get us to go watch the show or something?
I don't think you're trying to get us to go watch the show. I just think in lieu of everything, like P. Diddy, everything that's coming out about everybody else, it's like, hey man, this thing I know, P. Diddy ain't the only black one.
No, I'm saying like, you know how sometimes people enthrall themselves into drama in order to get you to do a certain thing towards a product. Like,
Oh yeah, but I don't think he's doing that because he's not even mentioning his show. He didn't even mention his show. She did. And I don't understand what it has to do with his show.
okay. Let's go back.
Let's get back into it.
You know what I mean? A lot of people have speculations, and there's been a lot of rumors about Tyler. I'm not going to lie to you. However, I will say this. Christian Keys never mentioned any names. So it's not fair to assume that one of the billionaires is Tyler Perry. Even though he put some hints out there, it's not fair to make that assumption about Tyler Perry. Now, Christian did say that he was tried by another billionaire, a black billionaire, and this billionaire tried to come on to him as well. And Christian hinted that this guy acts like he's for the community and he makes all of these donations to all of these HBCUs. And what was interesting is Christian's friend, Claudia Jordan, hinted that one of the men, one of the powerful billionaires that Christian was talking about is Robert F. Smith, because she did post him on her IG story.
Let's
and
pause.
she also said
Robert F. Smith. That's the other black billionaire. I think he donates, like he pays off students' tuitions at HBCUs and stuff. So those are the only. Christian did mention that there were two billionaires, and I'm like, well, he definitely do present like he for the community. Because if you're paying off student loans at HBCUs, I mean, what can be more for the community than that? And then, of course, Tyler Perry. So if it was two, obviously those are the two black billionaires that come to mind that he will be in proximity to. How many black billionaires are even in Hollywood, men? I thought Tyler Perry was like the first one, maybe the second one.
I'm not sure. Maybe I just know Diddy and Jay-Z. Diddy, Jay-Z, Tyler Perry. They in the music industry though, the first one.
Yeah, like he wouldn't have no dealings with them.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, let's get back into it.
this.
Hey guys, I'm looking at all the comments online regarding the bombshell that Christian Keys dropped. He didn't say the names. People are assuming who it is. There's actually two people that I know of. And I said this on my show a few shows ago, I think it was last week, when the whole Diddy stuff, we was covering that. I was like, listen, there's a lot of women and men out there who are keeping the secrets of a lot of your faves. And if it ever really came out with what most people have seen, what we've all heard whispers of, the industry would be on its ass. Okay? There's a lot more out there, y'all. There's the biggest of the big. There's the mid-level. There's the entry-level producers and agents and all that.
Oh, child. Once again, let me just say this. Christian did not mention any names. He did not mention any names. So it's not right to assume, but people are speculating and people are talking. And hopefully all of these predators get exposed. Now, I want to move on and talk about this whole mess.
Before we get into Johnathan, final thoughts.
He being too vague for me. I mean, not that he didn't get assaulted, not to discredit that, but he just being too vague for me for it really to be something to even talk about. Like, you know, he been two billionaires. Then you're going to tell everything. Like, what's your end goal? That's what I'm trying. Why are you doing this for? That's what I'm trying to get to. I can't get past that, but I won't take nothing for granted and put nothing past nobody. So I'm definitely not surprised at either person.
For me, I think, like I said, if you're gonna tell the story, then tell the whole story. Drop names, name drop, like, or else why are we even here? What's the point? But yeah, anyways, let us know what you think, guys, down in the comments below. Do you think it's Tyler Perry? Because I'm like 50-50. Something's weird about Tyler Perry, man. Something's definitely weird about that dude. And not because we can't have black billionaires who are successful and great, but there are no conscious, morally correct billionaires, period. So, let's get back into it.
With Johnathan. Now, the actor Johnathan Majors has taken a huge hit on his career ever since he was accused of putting his hands on his ex-girlfriend, Grace Jabari. He was on his way to great things. He starred in movies like Creed 3 and Ant-Man, and it seemed like his career was going up and up and up until this whole case happened. Now, recently, he was found guilty of 2 out of 4 charges, and the specifics of the charges are very important because he wasn't found guilty of the more serious charges, but he was found guilty of third-degree assault causing physical injury without any intent, and also second-degree harassment. So that was it. He didn't intentionally harm her, nor was he harassing or threatening her. He basically was found guilty for being a little too aggressive while trying to get away from Grace Jabari.
Pause.
That's literally...
They found this man guilty because he was trying to get away from this woman who was running after him in the middle of the night, in the middle of the street. Excuse me? So how was he supposed to politely get away from her? If I'm trying to get away from you, why would I do it politely? Like, did he shove her down? Like, what happened? I just saw the video of them just running. So how did he aggressively try to get away from her? Because from what I could see, he was just yanking himself because she was grabbing him. And he was yanking his clothes, and my man took off running. He had that Creed 3 going on. He was running for his life. All I can think about is R. Kelly. I'm fighting for my life.
He was going on. He tried to put her in the car when he was picking her up and trying to place her back in the car.
Oh, that's what he did.
I don't know. That seems a bit.
That seems ridiculous.
I don't know why they made the decision. I don't think it's what she just said. Well, she was trying to escape from him, and I think it's more to the case that gives us some insight as to why he may have been guilty of this or whatever. But I mean, he is trying to run away. I get it.
My man was trying to get out of there. She was running after this man. Are they gonna charge her
with what?
Stalking.
Please.
Stalking. That's what it is.
Nah.
Let's get back into it.
Why he was found guilty. Now, the charges are minor, but the effects of it are major. This guilty verdict caused Johnathan to lose his deal with Disney and Marvel, and now he can no longer be a part of the Ant-Man franchise.
I think they was going to do that anyway.
I knew Disney was going to do that anyway, but I do have a question. What is, didn't not Johnny Depp, what's the other guys? Iron Man, what's his name? Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
Didn't he get in some trouble like a couple years back and Disney did not drop him?
It's substance abuse.
Oh, that's what he got in trouble for? He got in trouble for substance abuse. And they didn't drop him. Like, I feel like Disney wants you to have this squeaky clean image, and if that's the case, fine, then that rule should apply to everybody. I don't understand. Do you guys understand?
No, maybe because I don't know.
Like, are y'all separating the
Yeah, domestic violence, and you're, well, in this case, alleged domestic violence or whatever, and having a drug problem. One thing is an addiction, one thing is a choice. So maybe that's why they differentiate that. If I'm addicted to drugs, it's something really mentally that I have to overcome. If I'm coming home and beat my wife, I'm making a conscious choice to beat my wife up.
But in my mind, all I see is it taints the Disney image. Like, either way, like, I get what you're saying. Like, one of them is, a mental block, and then the other one is a conscious choice. I understand the difference, but in my mind, I'm like, well, Iron Man can't be out here on drugs, man. And Ant-Man, because he played Kane or whatever, Kane can't be out here beating up on women, bro. It's not, either way, to me. I'm not saying that they're equally the same thing. In some instances, you never know, right? But to me, it's all bad. It's all bad. Okay. And I can't have my superheroes out here doing this. So I'm going to have to drop you both. That's how I feel. But anyways, let's get back into it.
Whew, that's tough. Now, for those who don't know the details of this case, earlier this year in March, Johnathan and Grace were leaving a Brooklyn party, and things got a little tense between them after Johnathan received a text message from a woman saying, "I wish I was kissing you right now." When Grace saw that text message, she lost her mind. She took his phone, and Johnathan grabbed the phone away from her. And during this tussle, Grace said Johnathan injured her finger in the back of her ear and twisted her arm. But the driver who actually witnessed this said that she was the one who was being more aggressive, not Johnathan. Johnathan was trying to grab his phone and run. And Grace started chasing him, which is crazy because it's like she's accusing this man of harming her and being a danger to her, but she's chasing after him. I mean, what victim do you know chases after somebody they consider to be a threat to them?
She being biased?
She's being biased in this.
Okay, how so?
I mean, yeah, she got a point, but it sounds like she wants to automatically defend Johnathan, which, I mean, he's a sweet guy. You want to do that, I'm sure. But I don't know. She not giving both sides. I feel like she's giving the perspective from Jonathan's innocence. That's how I feel. Because there's other things in there that would lead you to come to another assumption. You got to be fair, even when you're telling the story.
So I feel like, was Johnathan wrong for, having that text message? Absolutely. If they were still in that type of relationship, from the way this girl was acting, I wouldn't be surprised if Johnathan was trying to end the relationship.
Yeah, cheating ain't a crime.
No, it's not. So, I mean, I don't understand. But I can understand from her perspective as well. Like, if the driver is saying, well, Grace was the aggressor, Johnathan was just trying to grab his phone and get up out of there. And Grace decided that she wanted to chase this man down the street. Like, she chased this dude. They got her running after this dude on camera. Why? Why are you running after this man? If he is your abuser, why are you running after this man?
Because she's an abused woman. Potentially, allegedly. Just like any other woman, you say, well, he keep beating your butt. Why are you still there?
That's true. I can see that.
So that's why she's chasing
him. I retract my statement. I absolutely can see that. If she's an abused woman, I can definitely see that. Yeah, let's get back into it.
You don't really know many victims who do that, right? So the situation was very odd. And after she stopped chasing him, you could see her talking with other people, telling them what happened. And Jonathan's defense team brought into question her injuries because she claimed that he hurt her so bad and he broke her finger, but she was using her hands to tie her hair. And from that angle, her ear wasn't bleeding. And after that, she was spotted at the club, and you could see that she was using her hand. And this is the hand that she claims was injured. She was stuffing her hand in her purse. She was out there partying. It just seemed like she wasn't in any distress or any pain. And when she was asked about being in pain, she gave an odd answer, saying that sometimes she would feel the pain and sometimes she wouldn't. It just seemed very sketchy. And it kind of made you wonder if she got those injuries from Johnathan or if she got injured after the fact. And that was kind of the angle that Jonathan's defense team used. They tried to cast doubt in Grace's testimony. Also, following the incident, we all know Grace went out and started partying, and then she received a breakup text from Johnathan. Johnathan at this time was staying at a hotel while she went back to his apartment, and from there she was calling him 32 times. She accused him of infidelity in a text and also threatened to take her life. And when Johnathan came home to his apartment, he did call 911 because she was locked in their bedroom closet, and he thought that she OD'd on sleeping pills.
What? Now, again, this can all be the actions of a woman who was abused, right? could all very well be that way. But for me, I don't believe it. I'm not believing the hype. Like, this just seemed like some manipulative type stuff, right? I mean, my man went to a hotel. He called the cops. He wasn't really trying to interact with her like that. He was fighting for his life. He was out here running. I mean, she obviously did lie, saying her finger was hurt, her ear was bleeding, all these injuries, whatever. But she was out clubbing, partying, whatever. I mean, I get it. I'm not saying that the woman's lying. All I'm saying is that the facts is just not making it equal to 4 to me. For me, if 2 plus 2 is 4, I'm not sure how she's getting 5. But again, I'm not saying that it's not true. I wasn't there. I don't know these people, but just from what I'm seeing, it's looking real. What's that one music video? Avant, when we were together, we never. When she was beating herself up.
Oh,
it's giving me that.
Okay, here. All right, here we go. So if anybody that's a true adult, right? Mm-hmm. You ever been out, been drinking, things of that nature. Something happened, you get kind of riled up, your adrenaline gets going. Mm-hmm. There are times when if your adrenaline is so high, and especially if you're inebriated, you may not notice or feel certain things. Okay. There's been times where I'm like, dang, how did that happen? Or why my elbow hurt? Or why my this hurt? After I done hung out, the college days, long time ago. Okay, right? But so you can't say that you ain't never had a night like there are people don't have nights like when they bump something or hit something and then they just so wired up and drunk and you like, dang, in the morning, like, what the heck? Mm-hmm.
I get that. I 1,000% get that. I 1,000% get that. But if my finger, she said her finger was broke. Or hurting or swollen, fractured or something. If my finger's fractured, there's no way I'm reaching down. Like, you're going to feel that. I think, like, unless you just that effed up, right? Which she don't really seem to have been that effed up. Like, she looked like she was effed up, but not effed up.
She chased this man for 2 blocks.
Again, I think that's just a disorder that she got, to be honest with you.
I'm being unbiased, y'all. I already have in my mind what I really think.
So you think I'm being unbiased? You think I'm being biased?
Yeah, no, I don't think you're being. I'm just letting you know, like, I have some stuff does make sense, right?
Yeah.
I think that you think that Johnathan is innocent in this situation.
I don't think that he's innocent because, again, there were some things that came out in the court documents that happened. So I think he's guilty of that, but I don't think he's guilty of, like, the stuff that she's accusing him of in this particular situation. I think in this particular situation with him running for his life, I feel like she just needs to own up to that.
Okay, I can see that. That's fair.
Yeah, so, But then she called this man 32 times. Don't get me wrong. Like, if you try to break up with me through text message, I'm probably not going to call you 32 times. But again, if I was an abused woman, I could see that happening, right? Mm-hmm. And then, he had the cops come to the apartment with him. So, I mean, to me, that's all green flags. Like, I'm not trying to interact with you without police officers here. I'm not trying to touch you. You in my apartment. You locked yourself in here. This shit is crazy. It's wild. I'm a star. I don't need this. So, to me, it's all green flags. I feel like he did what he was supposed to do because it is his apartment. Now, whether she was living there and her name was on the lease, I'm not sure. That's something else. But still, I feel like it's a good thing that he called the cops. Let's get back into it.
And also her ear and finger were injured, and Johnathan's defense team was basically implying that she inflicted this on herself. But either way, Johnathan did call the police to get help because Grace was out of it completely. Even after all of that, Grace still had Johnathan arrested, and Johnathan responded by filing his own complaint, accusing her of being drunk and hysterical.
He brought the cops with him. Mm-hmm. And he got arrested?
Exactly.
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 Oh, that's wild, bro.
She filed the complaint. That's wild. That's wild.
He didn't get arrested that day.
I don't think he got arrested.
I was about to say that's wild.
Yeah, I think she filed the complaint and then they arrested him. I don't think he got arrested that day because I mean, like, you could obviously see.
That's crazy.
These people, wow. Let's get back into it.
aggressive towards him. So as you can imagine, this whole situation was a complete mess. And I was a bit surprised that Johnathan was even found guilty in this case. If he had a better lawyer, he could have really gotten off scot-free. But I really think the reason why he was found guilty is because of some of the past incidents between him and Grace. I think when the prosecutors brought up these past disputes, it did affect the way the jury viewed Johnathan. All the prosecutors had to do was make this.
That's what I'm talking about when I'm saying biased journalism.
What?
Like, what is the evidence that you're saying of the evidence that was played in court? Like, that's important to the story. But anyway,
I think you better get into it.
Oh, okay.
Let's get back into it.
Black man looked like he was mean and evil and make Grace out to be the scared little victim, and the jury would sway. They would sway in Grace's favor. And some of the incidents that Grace brought up did actually make Johnathan look kind of bad. She talked about one incident that happened last year in July where she was at a music festival and Johnathan was upset because she wouldn't communicate with him. And he was also upset that she mentioned her ex-boyfriend. So he threw a candle in her direction, causing a dent in the wall. Also, there was another incident that happened months later in September where he tore earphones from her ears and stomped on them. And Grace actually provided text messages of Johnathan pleading with her not to go to the doctor because he was fearful that she wouldn't protect him and he would lose everything. And also, he was claiming that he wanted to end himself and he was calling himself a monster. I mean, it was just crazy, and it did make him look guilty. Also, there was an audio recording.
Now, see that?
All right, she brought it all together.
She brought it out together.
She gave me both sides. I can respect that now.
Yeah. I mean, if he out here providing proof and evidence that he's a monster and he don't want her to go to the doctor because, you know, you're not gonna take my side. Obviously you already know the type of person that you're dealing with, right? And you shouldn't be putting your hands on nobody. That's not a good look for you, Johnathan. If that is indeed what you did, which by these text messages looks like something that you did, so shame on you. Yeah, so if that's the case, then absolutely he definitely should have been found guilty of that. Now, guilty of the harm part, not the guilty of the he's trying
harassment,
to get the harassment part, not guilty of that part.
I agree.
So I understand. I feel like most cases he's just going to get a fine and probation probably.
I actually thought that he was going to be found not guilty of everything.
Same.
Which would make sense to me.
Mm.
You know, that really would make sense to me if I'm talking about this one single incident.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? In the one single incident, he absolutely seemed, in this case, definitely seemed innocent, right? Mm-hmm. But when you bring in prior stuff, like they said, you paint a particular picture. And so...
yeah,
he has those tendencies based off of his behavior. So it's not like he's just being framed and he's just not this person that she's making him out to be. Completely, I don't think that's true. I think there's a lot of parts of it that is absolutely true, but in this incident, he didn't display those particular behaviors.
Yeah, I feel like he already painted the picture himself. He provided the proof with the text messages, right? And that's pretty much all the jury need. Big black man with an anger issue, small white woman, frail, white people tears, whatever, right? Not to discredit, you know, the abuse that she went through. So I'm pretty sure she went through some type of abuse, right? But I agree with what you said. I don't feel like he should have been found guilty based off the first evidence. But this, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Do not put your hands on people. It's not a good look.
Or throw things at them.
Throw things at people. A candle, my nigga? Was it one of those Bath and Beyond candles?
No, them candles be thick.
They thick. And if it would have hit her, absolutely, she probably would have had a concussion. So, yeah.
Yeah, he probably got some good aim, all them muscles. He probably...
absolutely.
I don't know. I hate to hear the he in this situation because he really does seem like a, you know, upstanding
up and up. I just think it's weird, man. Like this whole, I don't know. I feel like there's something off with Grace. To be honest, I feel like there's something off with her. I feel like on these text messages, there's definitely something off with Johnathan Majors, and I was like team Johnathan from the beginning, right? But after revealing these text messages, I'm like, oh, okay. So you could be that dude. Oh, okay.
I'm still, I mean, not still, but, well, not, I still think Johnathan Majors is a great actor.
Yeah, he's a great actor, but it does make me question his character to that capacity.
Yeah, because that's what made him so
good. Are you okay?
That's what made him so likable to me. Because he really wasn't like this heartthrob guy at first, but I think I like the fact that he seemed very humble. You know what I mean? Like, he seemed very humble, like a very humble guy.
Like one of them Omarion type dudes who just low key toxic.
No. Don't put him on that level. Ugh, no. He just seemed very genuine. He from the from the South. He just seemed like a very genuine guy. But anyway,
let's get back into it.
Of him scolding Grace because she came home drunk one night, and he was mad because she wasn't carrying herself like Coretta Scott King or Michelle Obama. That was so unserious to me.
Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Do you really go baby? Do you really?
Yes.
Then how dare you come home drunk and disturb the peace of our house when we have a plan? Grace has to be in a certain mindset to support Coretta Scott King. You know who that is? That's Martin Luther King's wife. Michelle Obama.
That's how you talking to her.
I know. I shouldn't have gone out. I'm sorry.
Let me just lay it out for you, right? If I'm just gonna say this. My temper, my trauma, all that said, right? I'm not saying I'm a great man. A great man. The woman that supports me, that I support, that needs to be a great woman and make sacrifices the way that man is making for her and for them ultimately.
So this audio and these different incidents.
Now, I don't agree with the Coretta Scott King.
Come on, brother. You compare that to civil rights?
I got secondhand embarrassment, like, in a way. Sir, this lady is from England, sounds like, and she's white. No, I don't think she can relate. I don't think she can comprehend that, how great the magnitude that these women that you're naming were. Not saying that they can't be. I'm just saying, let's move on.
Come on. Let's move on. That man say, Coretta Scott King, do you know who that is? And the fact that you have to ask your partner something to that magnitude is, I can't even, I'm not even going to go into that.
I just wouldn't do, like,
it's probably not where you're going.
I would not, like, I
would
would not.
Do you know who that is?
No. You know who that's Martin Luther King's wife.
He demeaning her, which is not cool.
Okay, look, I get that everybody was like, you know,
that's serious, because that's not cool to do people like that.
You demeaning her, but I'm also like, she demeaning herself. What are you talking about? Like, to me, outside of the Coretta Scott King and the Michelle Obama comments, I don't see anything wrong with what he's saying, to be honest. Like, I feel like he popping his shit. He was probably getting these deals on his rise, doing things, and she coming home drunk, like he said, disturbing the peace in our house. He didn't say my house, he said our house. Disturbing the peace, you're doing this. I'm trying to elevate. I need somebody who's gonna hold me down. I mean, she clearly don't understand the culture, and she just wasn't doing that. So to me, I'm like, the fuck, you out here doing these stupid ass shit, and I'm trying to build something, be great. I'm doing this for my culture, etc., etc., and you coming up in here drunk. What the hell, man? I gotta be on set in 3 hours. I don't got time for this. So I don't really feel like it was the meeting. I feel like she was in the wrong in that situation, and she just needed to take that L. Like, and I would not have. I don't know if I would have played that. No matter of fact, I probably would have, but I just want to know how Johnathan Majors was looking when they played that recording, and how Megan Good was looking when they played that recording. Because I would have been
this man went, where he go to school? Princeton? I think he went to school at Princeton. Come on, bro.
My man said,
come on,
Coretta
bro.
Scott King, Michelle Obama.
And to liken the person that you're with and even try to put them on the pedestal of the two women that you named is asinine. Not. And on top of that, to compare her to them is the same level as you comparing yourself to Martin Luther King,
sir,
and Barack Obama,
sir.
Because come on now.
Because you was in some movies?
That's what I'm saying. You're not a civil rights leader or the first black. You putting yourself on the level of the first black president of the United States.
My man said, Coretta Scott King, Michelle Obama.
My boy. And now you may be great man, whatever, but then you see how he fast forward past my anger, my S, when he was talking all that.
Yeah, so obviously he got a temper, obviously. Like,
yeah, I get it, bro. But
I'm just saying,
like you,
my man,
Barack Obama, my boy.
Did say he on that, he said respect his kingdom. That's what he said, and he stood on it. He stood on business.
Barack Obama,
I'm standing on business.
Man, play.
I'm standing on business.
involving Grace and Johnathan just kind of shows you how toxic their relationship was. And I will admit, I don't think Johnathan is all the way there mentally. There's something off about him. I don't know if it's the steroids. I don't know if it's the method acting. He ain't all the way there. And yes, he has some issues with his temper. But there's something off about Grace too. I think she's unhinged, and she was being aggressive towards Johnathan, and she was even chasing this man in the street. He was running for dear life away from this woman. So you can't tell me that she was in constant fear of her life when she was behaving like this. I mean, she was really doing the most, and she made it seem like Johnathan attacked her unprovoked, when in reality, he was trying to get his phone and leave. She couldn't take the fact that he was texting another girl, and so she decided to bring this man down. I mean, it's really a shame. And I do kind of wonder if all of this was a setup, because I did hear that Johnathan does not have the best reputation in the industry. There have been several people who have come out and exposed him, so it's possible that maybe he pissed off the wrong person, and Grace was pretty much used to take him down. I don't know. That's just my whole conspiracy theory. But he lost everything behind this whole case. I mean, he was dropped from Disney and Marvel. I guess he didn't sign the Illuminati contract, so he wasn't able to be spared. But he has been trying to revamp his image.
What?
I've seen him walk around with Megan Good. Megan Good has showed up to court and has stood by her man. And this is the type of woman that Johnathan wanted. He wanted a strong woman like Coretta Scott King or Michelle Obama to stand in his corner and hold him down. And he was able to get Megan Good to be that pillar for him. And it's really a shame that he only sought out a black woman once he was down and out. I mean, when he was at the top of his game, he wasn't looking for a Megan Good. And that's who he should have been with, because it would have been a good look for him. But no, he was out there cuddling up with an unhinged woman who drinks a lot. And this same woman brought him down to his demise. And now he wants to run to a
Yo, Impressive is on one today. She is on one. No, you want to come up with an unhinged woman who does a drinking problem.
Wasn't looking for his Coretta Scott King.
Man.
Was not looking for his Michelle Obama.
Miss Impressive, you are unhinged, okay?
My man looking for Hillary Clinton. He not looking for no Coretta Scott King. Yo. Girl, quit.
Oh my God.
She wrong for that. Why she did that girl like that?
She did her down.
I think both of them a little loony.
I do. I think both of them are a little loony. They a little crazy. But I understand what she's saying. You know, now you want to go run to the black woman to clean up your career. But I do have a question about that. Was he with Grace before he got famous? That's what I want to know.
No.
So he got with Grace when he was famous?
Yes.
How you know?
They met on the set of Ant-Man.
Oh, she was in Ant-Man?
They met. She does something like behind the stage. She's not an actress or nothing, but that's where they met.
Oh, okay. Well, I was about to defend you, Johnathan, by saying maybe you met this girl before you got famous, but that's not the case.
He got a type, just like Jordan. What's the boy?
Michael B. Jordan. Mm-hmm. Michael B. Jordan does not like the sisters.
He don't. And it's cool.
And it's cool.
Just say
great.
That, bro.
Just be honest.
Quit playing. You know he don't.
Johnathan, if you don't like the sisters, just say that, man. Just say you need a Marilyn Monroe or
Hillary Clinton. Or
if you got a Madonna, that'd be fire.
What's the Nancy Reagan?
Oh.
My man need a Nancy Reagan.
I don't know
Kennedy, that Kennedy was good.
She's cool.
Jackie
cool.
Jackie Kennedy, yeah.
He said somebody to uphold him. Yeah.
Yeah, Jackie Kennedy.
Let's get back into it.
Expected black actress to salvage his image, and I think it's unfair. If we're going to be honest, Megan doesn't gain anything from this either. I mean, if anything, she gains public scrutiny because now people associate her with a man who's accused of being aggressive and having a bad temper. So it's not really a good look for her in a sense, because it doesn't do her any favors. But who knows, maybe her relationship with Johnathan is real and she might stick it out with him. However, I wouldn't be surprised if a few months down the line I hear about them breaking up, because I honestly do think Johnathan ran to Megan for PR. It's very likely that he used her to get support from the black community, particularly black women. And also, if he were to come out on top in this case, his career would have continued to skyrocket and he and Megan would have been a power couple, kind of like Will and Jada, except without the entanglements and the drama. But yeah.
First of all, don't ever disrespect Jada Pinkett Smith like that.
Right, don't do her like that.
Megan Good is cool. She's great. She's a beautiful woman. I respect her craft. But she not Jada Pinkett Smith. She not Jada.
Nah, she ain't Jada.
She ain't Jada.
Say what you want.
Say whatever you want to say. But she ain't Jada.
Period.
And, you know, Johnathan Majors is cool. Like,
but he ain't Will Smith.
But he ain't Will Smith.
Yeah. He was on his way, though.
Might be Denzel.
Don't you? Whoa.
Might be.
Absolutely not.
Might be.
You.
Might be.
You crazy.
Might be.
No.
Let's get back into it.
They would have been a power couple, but Johnathan did not come out on top in this case. He was found guilty, and even though the charges are minor and he probably won't even go to prison for them, still his reputation was hit in a major way. And I don't think he and Megan are going to last much longer than this, but I could be wrong. We'll see. We shall see if Megan is going to stick around and rehabilitate Johnathan's image. Megan has her work cut out for her, though, because she's going to deal with a lot of scrutiny. And also, Johnathan is a little off. I kind of get the sense that he ain't all the way there. So I just hope that he doesn't take his frustrations out on Megan. I really hope he doesn't. But Megan has to realize that she is taking a risk by giving this relationship a chance. She's putting her own image on the line at this point. So I don't know how much Johnathan's PR team paid her, but honestly, she just needs to end the relationship now because it didn't benefit her in any way. But anyway, tell what y'all think about this video down below. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video if you care. Thank you so much for watching.
Video.
See you next time. Bye.
You think they're going to stay together?
Do anybody in Hollywood stay together? No, I think this is a PR.
Think it's a PR stunt?
Well, I don't know. They may have been talking before then.
I mean, that could have been who he was texting.
That's probably absolutely. He called the girl. They said in the text message the girl name was Cleopatra. So Megan Good kind of looks like Cleopatra.
She do. So it might have been Megan Good. Megan Good, girl, was that you texting that man?
Girl, that was you. And did that right after the case.
Girl,
holding hands.
Not girl.
Going into the courtroom.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't really like them as a couple. I don't really see the chemistry even when I look at them just out and about. And don't get me wrong, like, you may not be able to see the chemistry between every couple, etc., etc. Everybody got their own thing, but I don't really see it.
They're not lasting pretty much.
I don't really think they're gonna last. I don't think they're gonna make it. But hey, it's not my relationship. I don't know these people. They could be in it for the right reasons. I'm just saying as a bystander, I don't really see it. Yeah, I don't. And I think that's all I gotta say about this. I don't think he should go to jail. Maybe pay a fine. Please don't talk to that unhinged woman no more. Run. Don't do it. I hope Grace gets some help and she's able to bounce back and she's able to recover from whatever it is that she's recovering from. I hope Johnathan is able to get back on his feet because he is a great actor. Phenomenal actor, and I would hate to lose him to the game like this. But yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Who you choose is important. And with that being said,
true.
That's all I got, y'all.
Alright, guys, let us know what you think in the comments down below. Do you think they're gonna stay together? Let us know. Talk to us. But anyways, guys, until next time, peace out.